Hi everybody, welcome to ICT week 7 Wednesday's class. Okay, I had 2 questions from students, which both of them are good, and then I'll answer them, and then next Wednesday we have the exam. So I'll go over the stuff that things for the exam. Okay. So I posted the answers and questions in here under participation, number 4 and number 5. Let's take a look at one by one. It doesn't matter which order. Number 5. Okay, this student asked me about the difference between assigning macros, which refers to VBA. That's the method that I used. In other words, hard coding the VBA code. You can also do recording macros. So some things you cannot do by recording macros, basically. So it's a fairly simple answer, but VBA and macro is so assigning macros is. So this student asked me whether difference between assigning macros, which means VBA, using the VBA, hard coding the VBA, and the recording the method. You know, it's like a tape recorder, you can do the recording. So this student asked me, I entered the code directly when I was assigning macros, but difference between the assigning and the student was curious about it. Okay, so basically I think what this student is asking is the VBA method and doing the recording, doing the macros, doing the macros, recording the macros. So basically VBA method is, both of them are kind of similar, you know. It's you can use a VBA to create macros, basically. So that's the one that we used. So both of them are kind of similar method. There's no big difference, except that you have more control over it, and it's easier to actually, in a way, it's, you know, you know the hidden code behind the using when you use a VBA, whereas this one you don't know what kind of code that has been generated. The macros, recording the macros will create the VBA code for you. Okay, it will create the VBA code, but automatically, but it might not be the same as one that it's been created by when you do it. So the code, actually, if you do it, it might be more efficient. You know, it might be, it might look easier. Okay. So anyway, both of them are good. Number 4 is kind of similar but a little bit different. This student noticed that there are 2 forms of controls. One that I think I used, I think ActiveX, but either one is fine. So this student asked me the difference between the 2. I didn't post that question, but difference between the 2. So, you know, you will see this when you're doing Excel, the form control and ActiveX. Basically, ActiveX is more things, you know, more functionality, more things. Okay, there are some things that you can do with the ActiveX that you cannot do with a phone control. As you can see, that it's a little bit different. There are some things. So technically there are just more things you can do with the ActiveX. Okay, all right. Both of them are good questions, and that's about it for as far as the questions are concerned. Since we have the exam next week, I posted the sample exams for you.